I think we're here.
I think
I heard
so.
the one.
But then, so Denny, I realized while you were gone that he has 3 clicks after the 1 to actually go live. So, like, he says 1, and then we need to count to 3. And then we're
This
good.
is way too complicated.
I know.
We should just end it right here.
Yeah.
It's over, guys. I mean, I'm going to be gone for a week after this, so they're not going to know what to do. It's going to be awkward silences for a lot, because that's all I know how to do is fill awkward silences.
Oh, no. You're going to show us different today.
I am. I'm going to do some stuff today. Denny, well, what are we doing today?
We're going to do some basket weave stuff.
I like it. You know what I realized the other day? We've stopped introducing ourselves because we just assume y'all know who we are.
Hi, I'm Denny. I work at Springfield Leather.
You don't say.
Yes.
You don't say. I mean, that's why we have this fancy thing. Yes. And while you're watching Springfield Leather, I think that's what it says. That's where you're at, right? You guys know what's happening.
And who are you?
I don't know.
This is Liz.
That's a good question.
If you guys didn't know, this is Liz.
Well, thank you, Denny.
She works here too.
Where is here?
Here at Springfield Leather Company.
In Springfield, Missouri.
USA.
That's where we're at.
All right.
Okay, well, enough of that. That was fun. I also bring the coffee cup.
Yeah, that's your trademark. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do some different basket weave stuff.
Yeah. We're not just going to do regular basket weaving today.
Yeah, anybody can do that.
Sometimes. Yeah. We don't need to show you guys how to stack tools next to each other.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
We kind of do.
That's what we're going to do.
Because someone needs to show us, so we're going to, hopefully we'll learn something while we're trying to show you.
I like it. Yeah. Well, Denny, let's see here. We've got, what's our overhead? Yeah. There we go. So
this is just
been done since yesterday, so it's antiqued.
Yeah. They called this one a spiral. It's actually a circle, but it looks spiral. And I've seen it done. Tony and I were looking at it the other day, and the one we were looking at was done with one size of a basket weave. But I have 3 sizes of basket weave that we're going to try here today.
Getting fancy.
That's what I use.
Is that the one with the 1?
No, this one's 3 also.
Are you sure?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it is. They get smaller, Tony.
Okay, where did the other one go?
You had it.
I bet a dog ate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple dogs in here. Not Luna. She doesn't like to be in here.
No, she wants out as soon as that door shuts.
Where did it? All right, go ahead.
Anyway.
You had it. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do. And Liz has a big surprise.
Huge. So, there's this thing that I like to do with my knife sheaths where you take the basket weave and you go in a V pattern out from whatever your center line is. So your basket weave is coming in on itself and it meets up at like this arrowhead down whatever the center line is.
That's what I've always heard it called, is an arrowhead. An
arrowhead basket weave. So today I've done that and I've just gone back and forth. I've gone both ways. So this is just completely arrowheaded instead of just being one directional on both sides. So I'm gonna do that again. I've got another little heart here, and I even brought some shirt pockets. If I'm fast enough at this, I might make Kevin a shirt pocket or a pants pocket or wherever. We talked about pockets yesterday. So, but we would talk about those furry. So we were selling those furry hides, those calfskins, and I kept saying they needed to be lapels on jackets, and I just wanted a million jackets out of these gorgeous calfskins. But he wanted pockets out of them, just like a shirt pocket. Because Kevin loves his shirt pockets, if you didn't know that.
He likes pockets.
He likes pockets. All right. Well, why don't you do your thing? All right.
Well, I'm going to start. I'm going to just make myself a circle in the center.
How are you going to make a circle?
I'm going to use a set of wing dividers, and I'm going to make it approximately like I made this other one because the piece of leather I've got is about the same size. And the circle is going to be, I'm going to call it a 2-inch circle. But
All right.
I want to find the exact center of this.
Very specifically done here.
Yes. And I'm just going to make that circle.
Well, isn't that cute?
Yeah.
Wing dividers are real handy.
Yes, they are. Excellently handy.
Oh, look at that. I can see the top of your maul.
Well, that's cool.
All right. Okay, let me get that one out of the way then. Okay. Then I'm going to take the smallest. Okay, let me get the three.
Yeah, what tools are
Back-
you using?
The small one is an X502-2.
X502-2?
Yes.
Okay.
And all three of these are similar basket weaves other than their size. Then I've got the X0, I'm sorry.
Do you know what you have?
What
You
did
should be.
I say the other one was? It's an X502-2.
That's what you said.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this one is an X500-2.
Mm.
And then the large one is an X510. There you go.
So these all have the same little middle section.
Yes, they're all exactly the same other than their size. So I'm gonna start out in this circle in the center. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place one leg of this on the line and then the diagonal leg on the opposite side on the line. So I've got this, and I don't know, can we go to the overhead?
I'm already there.
Probably can't.
So if you see what I've done, I've got that one back leg on the line and then the opposite leg on the other side is on that line.
Oh, I see that. So your cattywampus here.
Yes, cattywampus.
That's the right
a
word.
Good word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then I'm going to place this on the next stroke. I'm going to place this leg right in the same leg of the other stamp. Now I'm going to show you one more time what I've got.
So you just did another one.
Yes.
Cattywampus in the last leg.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to do that all the way around. Just make sure you get to each leg right on the line. Opposite leg right on the line.
What's your other one, Tony? What's your other one? Oh, this one.
So when you first start this, it really looks kind of funky.
Does it look
You
a little
think?
cattywampus?
Yeah, it looks real
Helter Skelter.
Helter Skelter, yes. We can think of a lot of words to describe this. But it gets better as time goes on.
You know, that's how I feel like with most basket weaves. It kind of looks
Yeah.
a little bit awkward when you get going,
Yeah,
but it gets better.
yeah. And, you know, you try to be perfect as far as being right on the line and everything, but no one is perfect, especially me. So,
No one's going to look that closely.
yeah, if they do, tell them to get a job.
Step back a few feet. We got 6 feet here, guys. 6 feet.
I'm just going all the way around. When I get to about 3 tool lengths from the end, I'm going to kind of try and space this out so I end up in the right spot. And I'll show you here in a second. All right, now I'm just going to make a light impression of this tool.
Mhm.
And I'm going to do the same thing again and again.
This is like when you were trying to meet up your borders.
Yeah. And I was going to be a little bit long, so I'm going to kind of scrunch these 3 up a little bit, take up a little bit of space. You don't want to take up a lot of space at one time. That's why I do 2 or 3 different deals, so I can take up a little bit of space with each one and it's not noticeable.
It's brilliant.
All right. Now, if you will see there, okay, here I am.
Yep, you're good. You just keep going. I'll get there.
Look at that.
Yeah, I came out pretty much right on the
It
money.
looks like a saw blade.
Yeah, it does look like a sausage.
Which one did you start out with, Denny?
The little guy.
The
I'm
littlest?
Yeah, the littlest. And that's not necessary. You know, you could start out with the one in the middle or the big one and go smaller, but I don't think that matters. But anyway, I'm just going to do one course of each size. If you, the thing about it is, the inside of a circle is the distance is less around than the outside of a circle. So every one you do, if you're using the same size, when you go to the inside, you're going to not have as much room, so you'll be overlapping a little bit. So we're just going to use one course of each size.
Gotcha. Real fast before you get started on that, we've got somebody that asks, should the border stamp be larger or smaller than the basket stamp? Does it matter?
It doesn't matter. It's up to your taste. Whatever you think looks good with it.
I was going to say, Denny, on this example that he did a smaller border or smaller camouflage in the middle and then a larger border camouflage tool on the outside. So
yeah. And I just camouflaged on each side of the line,
yeah.
so it looks like small circles.
So it's still a circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. You know, whatever you think looks good. You take a piece of scrap leather and
practice before you do it.
The two together a little bit.
See what you like.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to go to the outside of this circle with the next size bigger. And you aren't, since one is a different size than the other, they aren't going to match perfect, but they're going to come pretty close. I mean, it's not going to be a noticeable deal. Can I show this again, Tony? If you see what I've got there. And also the reveal in the center there, the part that doesn't get any stamp, is not going to be a perfect rectangle like it would be.
It'd be slightly rhombusy.
Yeah, if you were going on a straight line with the same size basket weave, each little rectangle would be perfectly the same size.
Mm-hmm.
But it's smaller on one end, bigger on the other end, since you're using a different size in a circular manner.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm just going to go all the way around with this size. And by the way, I already got this leather wet before this video started. If you were wondering, I'm not doing this on dry leather.
He didn't completely forget everything when he was gone for a month.
And the thing about a basket weave, you definitely don't want to be too wet because it'll really look mushy.
Yeah.
With a basket weave.
Yeah.
If you're on the verge of drying out, you're a lot better. But
well, a lot of times there's so much detail that you really need. You need it to have some firmness still in the leather to get that crisp detail.
Yeah, you want it to. You want, when you stamp, you want the stamp to actually create a burnish, which means it's darker than the surrounding leather. You know, when it does that, you're in perfect shape. I guess I'm perfect this time.
You are. Never been better.
All right, here we go.
And by the way, I've got to drag on Liz a little bit. I don't know if she can show you. She made a knife sheath a while back, and I'm sure she's on Instagram and all that and shows it. But if you guys haven't seen anything she's done, you would be amazed. I mean, she doesn't look like she can tie her shoes.
Thanks, Denny. It's okay. My shoes don't have to be tied. I don't have to worry about that.
You wear slip-ons.
That's right.
What were you saying about perfect then?
But this sheath she made, it's made. I think it's black and kind of a natural color, and then she used an ivory stingray on it, and it is gorgeous.
Well, thank you, Denny.
Yeah. Okay, I've got that that second course done.
Well, that just looks pretty neat.
Yeah. Now we're going to go with the larger size, and I'm going to go around and do exactly the same thing.
This really seems pretty straightforward.
It is. It's
curvy.
Yeah. It's actually a spiral.
Let's see. Try to move this camera higher. So you just keep doing your deal.
Okay.
That's good.
Unplugged it.
Just unplugged it.
But as you're going around, you'll find, like I'm finding, that each one is not exactly the same as the other. But that's all right. Just match things up the best you can.
Well, you know, that's why they created antique.
Yeah.
It just makes everything look better.
Yes, it does. That is one of the purposes of it. And a camouflage tool.
Yes.
They made those to camouflage all your
All your
on
funky
the
fun.
edge.
Yeah.
But I've about got this little pattern.
That's perfect, Tony.
We got a lot of perfect things going on.
Oh,
Everything.
man.
The
We
perfect
have
timing.
finally reached perfect.
What is it, like a year later?
Yeah. Now here I am. This is the very last one. If y'all can see that, it doesn't look like I'm going to come out very good. But you wait and see. Came out pretty darn all right.
You can stick it up.
Thanks for taking that away.
Look, it looks perfect now.
That's just pretty snazzy.
Yeah, it came out pretty well. All right. Now then, to finish this up, we've got to do some border stamps. And on this one, I just used a plain little camouflage tool.
I think we have to draw another line.
Yeah, I'm going to draw another circle. Where's that little?
I stole it.
Yeah. I love this little thing.
I know, he's great.
And I'm going to go just a hair smaller than my other circle.
Still trying
Then
to
I'm
find
going to
that.
draw one around the outside just a bit bigger.
Because you're going on both sides of this line.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on the inside of the center and the outside of the outer perimeter. Okay. Now let's start with the center. And I'm going to go all the way around it. Oh,
We
you
found
did
it.
find it. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
all the same size.
That was, they wanted to see the one with all the same size, so I'm going to switch to the overhead there.
So this one is all the same size. Which I think is the largest one.
Yeah. And that's the original. When Tony and I were talking about it, we just kind of fooled around it over my bench, and that's what we came up with. That looks pretty good.
It's definitely a lot larger. And how many
I
rows
started
did you
out
do?
with a bigger circle.
You did 4 rows.
Yeah, it looks like I did 4 rows.
Yeah.
But in reality, 1 row of each size definitely works the best, because each time you go around, you increase or decrease your increments just a bit. And
right.
Once you get too small with one particular tool, it starts to really show up. All the way around this on one side, on the side towards the tool. Now when I get over here about to the end, I'm going to do the same thing I did before, which is just lightly make an impression. See there, I would be a little bit too far, so I'm going to fudge and make each one a bit smaller here. There. That came out just about right.
You're right here. Maybe over here. No, you're good.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to use a flower center right in the middle of this. Then I'm going to use this veiner. This flower center, by the way. Okay, let's go back.
Roll it back.
The camouflage tool I used is a C709, and the flower center is a PJ040, and this veiner, well, it's called a BW5.
Oh, yes, the BW situation.
Yeah, I forget what that is on our actual tool is. We'll find out for you here. Did you hurt yourself?
There's a rock on the table.
Okay, but anyway, and I've reworked this tool anyway to make it a little bit thinner because it was a pretty thick veiner. So
Denny altered tool.
I'm a tool altering guy. But
So
I
you remember?
What's that?
Sorry, go ahead. Are you done?
I'm going to space this out just a little bit. You'll see about what I've done when I get all the way around here.
Remember Kyle? He was on the video that we sold, the ugly bundle.
Oh yeah.
It had the Perry Coop. I talked to Kevin about that. He said each of them right now are coming with a piece of Perry Coop in them and
The
a
veg.
small piece of permanent
Yeah.
and the ugly bundle.
I knew that it's coming with the veg, but it looks like they're thrown in. We got quite a bit of Paraku here a while back, so him and Corey are trying to move it in any way they can.
Oh, that's cool.
All right.
There it
You can
is.
see what I did. Now I'm going to go one step further with this, and I'm going to use this little flower center liner, which is a PB020-1, and it works just like a beveler. But I'm going to go right around the center of that flower. It'll make the center look deeper and give the this little open part where the veiner is, make it kind of domed.
You know, these would be pretty cool coasters.
Yep, they would be great
They
coasters.
would be great coasters.
Good idea.
Look, now you'll have 2 done. And you'll just have to make a few more. But I was also thinking for like a little box top, like if you were making a little leather box, this would be a really cute top to your box.
You would.
Because it's also like a basket, like, and then you can basket weave the rest of it. We should make a box.
So Chevy guy that's on Twitch, he's part of this leather crafting guild or something that's on Discord.
Oh my gosh,
other
guys, so many social media places.
Other techie stuff. But he actually won it, and he used a design that we had used on a video.
Nice.
Cool.
He made a box, and the top of it was a coaster.
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah. Or a coaster design that we had.
Let's hear. Molly asked, what weight maul are you using?
This is probably a 24 ounce. I use, when I'm doing a set stamp like a basket weave or a geometric stamp, I'll use a heavier maul than I do when I'm carving. When I'm carving, I use a 15 or 16 ounce maul.
There you go.
But, anyway, can you show me again somewhere? Okay. We've got the center. The center is beveled all the way around. If you can notice that. But now I'm going to take this same C709 and go the opposite direction on each side of where I camouflaged before. And it creates a little different effect.
It's a great way to do like a beaded border. What did we talk about that one? It was just
A bead line.
A bead line?
I think. I guess. Yeah.
A beaded bead line?
Yeah. This one here actually has a bead line on it around the outside.
Yeah. Oh, here, let me go to the top one. Yeah.
Just a set of parallel lines around the outside. You can do that. I have an actual bead tool, a push beader, but you can do that with just your wing dividers.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm not sure if we have a bead cutting swivel knife blade or not, but I know they're available.
I don't know if we have one either. What's up, Aaron? Welcome. Thanks for watching. Do you miss us? Aaron used to work here. He wants to know what size circle to start with in the center to get the basket weave even.
This was about a 2-inch circle.
But yes, I think it's going to be, depending on the size basket weave that you're starting with, it's going to be figuring out what size works the best. But it's probably, just like you said, you just fudge it a little bit, like where you're coming together.
Yeah. And it depends on how big you want your finished product, you know.
Yeah.
Like this one here, I mean, that was probably a 2.5 or a 3-inch circle.
I bet I could tell us. So this one to the start of the basket is 2 inches. Yeah. No, so it'd be 4.
Yeah.
2 on each side. So this one is a 4-inch circle to where he started the basket weaving. Yeah.
But anyway,
Look at that.
There's that center camouflage.
That looks really good, just natural too.
It does. It looks pretty good natural. Okay, now on this one, I used this G6603.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Wow.
Yeah, he's right. It's
His
right.
eyes are perfect, Liz. Come on. You don't have your glasses today.
Okay, and there again, I'm going to start and go towards the inside of the circle. I'm just going to go toe to toe with this all the way around.
Toe to toe, guys.
Well, a lot of people kind of spread them out, you know.
Oh, I don't like that. I hate that. Got to butt them right up against each other.
Yeah.
Or overlap them. I always feel like...
Yeah, you can overlap a bit. If you do, the thing is be consistent, however you do it.
But this one, because it's a flower, the overlap probably wouldn't look very good. When you got like the one I'm going to use, the C431, that one you can put one little end into the side of the other end and you just create arches.
Right.
I like to do that. Ooh. Let's hear. Mountain Fisher is asking what weight of leather you're using. It's pretty hefty. It's probably at least a 910, if not heavier.
Yeah, this is 910. You can do it on 4 to 5 ounce leather, though.
Yeah.
It won't matter. For a set stamp, a heavier weight leather will definitely take a better impression. You'll get a crisper look to it. You know, because you can...
You won't stretch it out as much.
Yeah, and you can... Yeah, a lighter... ordinarily, I would tape the back of this. But this heavyweight leather, I'm not too concerned about it. But lightweight, you'll want to tape it or you will stretch it out. When we're doing stuff on camera like this, we eliminate a lot of steps and we rush a lot of steps so we can get it all done. You know, because
this is live.
Yeah, this is
no
live,
editing.
and we don't want to bore you guys too bad. You know what we said? Put tape on the back of it.
Once we get that classroom set up for you, Denny, we'll be able to stream you for 8 hours a day.
You'll have to catch me. I think once we get the classroom set up, Jeff's going to be out there quite a bit.
I know. I was thinking he could start doing some
trying to get
things
him
too.
talked into doing it.
He's a guy you're going to really, you know, the old arm twist deal? You might have to get Guido, the leg breaker, to come over and get him on camera. All right. Now I've gone all the way around the inside of this.
I stayed on the same camera, Denny.
That doesn't matter.
Okay.
Man, that looks great.
Well, what if you did it on the outside and you could have you a bead line?
Well, you could, but I am going to go on the outside.
Okay, cool.
Right now.
Oh, but we're not going to do a bead line, though.
No.
Because he needs to match these up.
Yeah, I would do. If I was going to do a bead line, I would have done it before I started.
I see.
Because once again, the outside of the line is bigger, longer than the inside.
Exactly.
Just space them out. That is just a cute little stamp.
It is. Nice stamp. I've got another one about like it that's... Oh, I forget who made it. It's a really nice stamp, but it's about half its size. And I love to use it, but boy, it takes forever to go around even a circle this big. And on camera...
keep blaming my camera. Hey, did you bring that surrogate stamp in?
Yes, I did.
This one?
He sent us 5 of that one. Denny is going to put that one into his personal collection.
Ooh.
But I have 4 more.
And this is it? That's it? That's all there are?
Depending on if these get sold today or not, depends on whether I buy them. He sent them to us and he said, try these out, try to sell them and see what people think about them.
I tell you what.
Do you want to try to sell them today?
These scales really... Sergey has some fun with his scales. Yeah, while I do this, Denny can do a little field of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to
I'm
do that.
about done with this one. And then you can start.
Yeah, we can't tool at the same time because
Yeah. I
he
bounce
tooled.
her off.
Yeah. Look at that.
There we go.
It kind of made you, oh, now you got like a full flower.
Yeah, it looks pretty good, really. That little, the little veiner on the inside adds a really neat effect, I think.
I do too.
We like it, Denny. Hopefully you guys like it too.
All right, there you go.
There's
Now,
the
Liz's turn.
finally. Gosh, these people here. All right,
We're
guys.
all alike, aren't we?
We are. All right, so I've got my little heart. This is a shape that we just had made and I think is up on the website. It's the, what is this one called? The sweetheart?
Sure.
Sure. Something.
Don't start me to lying.
If you look up heart shapes, I'm sure it'll come up. But it's a pretty decent size one.
Here I am trying to move cameras around. You're asking questions.
Sorry, geez. It's like 6 inches tall, so it's pretty good size. So we're gonna do. Did you use the one that I was gonna use? Hold on, Jen.
Oh, the basket weave?
Yeah. It's this little straight one.
I think you used the middle-sized one. Yeah.
Probably this one. That looks right.
Yeah,
That's the one. All right. So the X500-2 is my basket weave of choice. So the thing about the Arrowhead style basket weave that a good friend of ours, Fred, enlightened me on, because he was actually the first person to show me what was going on with this.
Yeah.
He brought in one of his knife cases. And I was like, oh man, that's a really cool design. And he did the arrowhead in the middle of it. You have to push. So with your stamping, you don't want to flow down. I don't know if that's the correct way to say that.
You don't want to pull it. You want to push it.
Exactly. You don't want to pull it towards you. You want to push it away from you towards a center line. Because if you try to go the other way, a lot of times it'll end up spreading out on you and you'll move away from the center line and you won't get that crisp arrowhead. It's just hard to keep your line going. So you want to start at the bottom of your project and push away from you, up a center line. So that's the important part. So I've got my heart here. I put a 1/4 inch border around it already. So I've got my border line because, like we learned a few weeks ago in field stamping, you want to make sure that your border is set and you don't want to go over that or like right up to it, because then you'll have stamping outside of your border line and you don't want that. So it keeps it clean. You know where to stop. You want to stop a little bit inside of that so then you don't have, your stamp in the middle of your camouflage or whatever you're doing for your border stamp. So, and then I drew a center line, which on a heart is really easy because you got 2 points to line up and you just draw a line between them. So I've got just a really faint center line drawn here, and it'll pretty well stamp away once I get going with this. So when that done. Again, we're going to start at the bottom and we're going to push our way away from us up that center line. So when I was starting on this one, my bottom 2 stamps here, they weren't quite steep enough when I started moving up. So you might want to play with that, play with your angle a little bit before you really get started on your project. That way you make sure that your angle is the correct one to sit on that center line.
You can do it like I was doing when I was trying to meet up with the camouflage. Just make a light impression.
Yeah.
And try that until you get the right angle.
Yeah. So this one.
And then stamp it.
So I'm going to start kind of fairly, yeah. And then I'm going to do this one at an angle because once again, I'm pretty close to that border line, but I don't want to stamp over it. So I've got my little light impression here, and then I'm going to go up to the next one. And yes, so the top of my tool is sitting right at the edge of that center line. And then I've got the other little leg into that first light impression that I made. So we're going to hit that pretty good. And I'm going to come back here and I'm just going to give that a little whack.
Looks good.
There we go. It's a good start. And then I'm going to eyeball this side over here and make sure I've got about that same angle going on. Little light impression, come up to the next one, make sure I've got that where I want it, and then get that stamp. So basically your two tops of your border lines here want to meet up as you go up. Go back. There we go. All right.
Looks like an arrowhead.
That looks like an arrowhead already. So yeah, then you just continue. You put that back leg into the top one. You sit it right on that center line. And you give them a whack. And then you just go back and forth across your center line, lining up as close as you can, those little top lines. And then the leg. And you just keep going.
Well, you're doing that. There's a fella up here that wants to know if there's a difference between an $8 stamp and a $50 plus stamp. Most of your higher dollar stamps are custom made stamps that you'll use a little better material. The $8 stamps generally are made out of what is it? I believe zinc, which is a bit softer metal. You know, I use a lot of them, you know, on a daily basis almost. I've got some of them here that I brought that I was going to use, you know, that I use a lot of times. But they probably won't have the lifelong longevity as a custom made tool out of stainless steel and brass.
Yeah, you might have to replace the $8 one a couple times in your life.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean the $8 stamps aren't pretty good, because they are. In fact, all these basket weaves that I just did are these. They don't even cost $8. I don't think $7.59 or something like that.
Yeah.
In fact, I think every stamp that I use today is one of those. So they make a pretty nice impression.
They do.
You're using one right now.
I am. Yeah, and sometimes with the higher end, you know, stamps, you might, the more detail, maybe a deeper impression, better background on them sometimes, just because usually they're not cast. These are typically going to be a cast stamp. But there's nothing wrong with starting out with $8 stamps or using them for half your project and then getting some fun ones. Okay, so now that I've got this line, my other stamps, I also want to arrowhead. So if this was going to be my only arrowhead that I'm working with today, I would just continue to basket weave kind of like normal both ways. But because I'm not doing that, I'm going to have arrowheads on each line. I'm now going to flip it and I'm going to push up each side. So I now need to draw another center line down each side of the basket weave that I just did. And then, actually, I'm going to use a clear ruler.
Each line is going to be a different direction.
Exactly.
Opposite direction.
Yeah. So
it looks really cool.
Grab my ruler here. I'm going to create another line to push off of. It's again just kind of a faint one on both sides.
And as far as that line goes, I've seen people will actually make a heavy line, and after they're done, they will go back over that line. It adds another
dimension?
Yeah.
Sure. All right. So we got that. Put this here. And now I'm going to push up this line. You know what? I think my line's a little far away. I'm going to go a little bit closer. It's not quite.
Here's this perfection deal going on again.
I have to do things several times. There we go. So, Denny, after we finished our video on Wednesday, you realized that there was another location that you forgot to tell us about. And while I'm being very boring and repetitive here, you could tell us about Marble.
Oh, yeah. In Colorado.
Twitch got to hear about it.
Ah.
Oh, didn't they? Well, yeah, I forgot all about one of the coolest places was in called Marble, Colorado, and it's not too awful far from Aspen and Glenwood Springs. It's kind of between them, a little bit to the west of them. But it's I was there years ago when I was about to probably 18 or 20 years old, and we at that time we went to the town of Marble, which is just a little bitty burg. You know, there's probably 150 people that live there. But from there, you had to walk up this creek that was roaring 175 miles an hour.
Woo!
I mean, it wasn't very wide, but it was really coming down straight off the mountain. But we walked up about 2 or 3 miles, and there was a huge opening in the mountain. It was like a big archway, kind of like the mouth, the entrance to a regular gold mine that you see on television. It was just an archway, only it was probably 75 feet wide, and you could walk up to the mine. The quarry wasn't running at that time; they'd shut down, but you'd walk up to the edge of it, and you could look down, and it was probably 100 feet below you was just this solid sheet of ice because of the water that had collected in there. But all the walls, you know, when you think of a quarry, you think of like a limestone quarry where they just, drill down and set a dynamite charge and big chunks of rock come down. That's not how they quarry marble. They actually saw it in slabs. So all the sides of this place on the inside were just straight, smooth, just beautiful white marble. You know, it looked like they'd built it, but they'd actually taken marble out of there, and that's what was still standing. But there were white columns of marble in the middle to hold the ceiling up. And,
that's incredible.
It was neat. Now they've got a road built up there, and the company, the way I understood it when I was talking to people up there, the company that bought this is the marble company in Italy that quarries all the beautiful Italian marble that you hear about and see everywhere. But they're running out of marble, they say. So they bought this quarry, and they said they can quarry this marble for another 100 years before they even touch it, hardly.
Wow.
But anyway, this quarry is where they took the tomb of the unknown soldier out of, and I believe the Lincoln Memorial and several other marble features in Washington, D.C. But you can drive up there now, and you can look off and see where they're still doing work up there, and see now that they're doing a lot of work outside of that original tunnel that I was telling you about, and you can see where they cut big slabs of this off and just these solid, smooth faces of white marble. It's really cool, and there's chunks of it laying everywhere. I'm serious, because how do you move it? With a forklift or a crane,
Yeah,
or something. So when a piece falls off a truck, if it's not in the way, they leave it, you know. And in this creek that I was telling you about that we used to hike up, it's got marble all over everything, because they used to have like a tram line that ran down that creek, the side of the creek, and a lot of times they'd lose a piece of marble off of it, and that's where it still is, you know.
with marble laying around.
Yeah. Well, I mean, pieces of marble at the size of a car.
What are you?
You know, what do you do with it?
You don't just pick it up.
You don't go over there and say, I'm going to load that up and take it home.
Kevin would.
Yeah. But and they've got piles of it, and they've got signs that someone, hand painted, says free, take all you want, so we got a few chunks of that white marble.
So it's not like when you go into the petrified forest and they say don't touch anything?
Yeah, it's not like that. It's not like that, because they're making new chunks every day. But anyway, that's my story.
Sticking to it.
Yeah, it was a big time. There's another little town called Redstone just right down the road from Marble, which is also a really neat little town. Little tourist trap places, but they're really cute. It'd be really fun to live there, except in the winter. They have absolutely no internet service at any of these places because they're like right in the mountains. You know, some of them near timberline. And,
So just your kind of place.
yeah, because I can't use a computer anyway. I can barely make a phone call.
Gets easy when somebody dials it, hits send for you.
Yeah. Shoot, you about got that done,
I'm
Liz.
coming right along. You had a nice story. There we go.
So you make a new line for every course that you do.
I make a new line. Just make sure I'm following. And even that one is a little bit, that line was a little wide.
Don't tell
So
me.
I know I didn't. Shh. It's perfect. Oh, today.
It's Friday.
It's yeah, it is. I gotta get up into the little tops of these hearts. Which sometimes I will. I'll go back once I get this line done, and then I'll kind of fill in some of these little spots up here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you can go back and just tip your tool where you just don't make any more than you need.
Exactly. And every time I'm turning this, every time I turn it and I push up on both sides. So I'm not turning it twice when I do both sides. I turn it once and then I do both of my outer sides. And then I turn it again and I draw new lines.
Yeah. I've had people after I do a basket weave or some kind of a geometric stamp, and they say, "How do you get those lines so perfect?" And I always think, boy, if you only knew.
Yeah, you look at it and you're like, no.
If you would actually look at this thing, you would see that it's imperfect.
Once again, that antique makes everything better.
Well, the thing is, and when you're doing something like this, you're looking at the very small picture. You're looking at each tool stroke that you make.
Yeah.
When it's finished, and when you're looking at it, even yourself, you're looking at the big picture, and those things, those little imperfections don't stand out like they do.
Yeah, when you're doing each individual stamp.
Yeah.
So what do you think about giving people a shot to buy these other four?
Oh, yeah. Let me wet a piece of leather here and see what they look like.
Yeah, Denny, why don't you do some work over there?
Because he's trying to be nice to you so you can stay straight on your line.
Thanks. As long as I don't have to tie my shoes.
You know, I was only.
He's such a punk guy.
Better look out! She got a ball in her hand.
That's how you know he missed you when he was gone.
That's right.
All right. This is a little kind of a shell-looking tool.
It's a dragon scale.
Yeah. Okay.
He redesigned his favorite one, and this one is the 510. The reliefs in it are a little bit deeper, and the scale itself is just a little bit wider. I think the other one is 62, 63.
Let's see what it looks like.
Oh, Lindsay!
Lindsay!
Line's not
Come
plugged.
on!
Almost got her. Almost got her.
We shouldn't have said anything.
No.
Dang it.
Come.
Did you take my stylus?
Probably. You need it.
Man, guys!
I guess the light's not on. All the running around, and I didn't even plug it in. Dadgummit.
Yeah, Lindsay's another one you probably have to twist an arm.
Yeah, like literally,
No.
we'd probably have to break her arm and.
You could rip it off, and she still wouldn't come in.
She's okay being on the catalog cover. Come on, Lindsay. Come on. Let's go. Come back.
We got people still saying hi to you, Denny.
Well, hello,
Welcome
everybody.
you back, telling you they missed you.
Well, I'm glad to be back. I'm glad I was missed rather than people saying, man, I'm glad he's gone.
All right.
So close.
Man, we were so close.
I plugged the light in, though.
You guys don't understand the struggle. All right, Denny, you're gonna have to calm down a little bit with that.
I'm calm.
Uh,
That's pretty cool, though.
I need my own table.
We gotta get a skill saw in here and cut our table in half. Then you can each have your own little table.
Yeah, when we have the classroom table, I'm going to build it
Oh yeah.
if they'll let me.
Liz,
What?
you mentioned the catalogs. Now the question is,
Sorry, guys. We're coming along. It's Chad is hard at work. I read things from time to time and I give him corrections. It's we're
can you
hold
say,
on. I can't talk at the same time.
okay, let's see if I can do this. I'm gonna do Denny on one camera. While
Are
he
you gonna
does your
split screen?
oh well, not well, I guess no, because all my camera comes through one.
Uh-oh.
Denny's gonna kind of go through your hits. I'm gonna watch you hit, and then Denny hits, and then you hit,
Alternate this like mining.
and then Denny hits.
Oh, we're
And
laying
then-
railroad track.
Oh, I'm gonna make everybody dizzy doing that. Finish up your heads, Liz. No, look at her. She's trying to go so fast.
All right. I kind of want to put a half a line on it. This one has to be perfect. The other one I was a little bit shy. Let's see. Maybe I can just fudge it a little
Oh,
bit.
you still didn't answer the question where the catalogs are at.
Cyberspace?
Y'all ever been to Limbo?
So I think
That's where they are.
Chad and I had a meeting with the printers for the catalog. We're doing it different. We normally fulfill our shipping of our catalogs ourselves. We have come to find out that we're good at really good at things and not really good at other things.
It's not that we're not good at it, but you guys just order a lot of catalogs.
We're
And
not as efficient as
yeah.
we could be at it.
Yeah.
So someone
Alright.
that is their business to fulfill.
So-
Yo.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's pretty fun. I'm going to put a little camo tool to hide all of the little edges because that's what they're for.
That'll look good.
But that's pretty snazzy.
Ah, that's great.
Alternate uses of basket weaving.
Yeah,
You can get shot from both directions with that.
that's right. I know it looks like some video game that you have to like bounce through. I don't know. I'm not good at video games, guys. I don't play them. All
Yeah.
right.
You tried to sound like a nerd and it didn't work.
Yeah, I didn't nerd out on other things, but not video games. Now, if you want to talk about some Legos.
So
There we go. Nerdism shows through.
We had a meeting about the fulfillment of the catalogs and getting to it. We're supposed to be sending the files somewhere around the 20th if we get all of the edits done to it, and then hopefully after that, it'll take them maybe 2 weeks to get it, and then we'll start sending them the list to do the fulfillment parts of it. As the world turned in 2020 and a lot of things didn't happen, we saw some prices of shipping stuff go from $1,800 to $14,000 to ship the same thing over. Paper jumped up almost 30% for just even printing paper.
There's been a lot of changes this past year.
So, and they're having to get the paper in. So I was like, hey, can you send us a prepayment and everything so we can purchase the paper and even start to get it here before your files are done because it's going to take us a while to get it here. So thanks to everything and your patience most of all.
Yeah.
We will have it, and we're going to try to make it better this year online, the digital version. I think we're actually going to run this catalog for 2 years. Is that right, Chad?
No.
No? Okay. So it's not. We're going to do another one in 2022?
I think we're gonna change when it comes out. I think that's
So it'll probably be a little bit longer than a year. I mean, it's already July, guys. So just through next year, like a year and a half ish. Or
So on the digital version, you'll be able to flip it the same way you would your normal catalog and click on what it is, and it'll take you to the web page of that item.
ooh,
Yeah,
getting fancy.
trying something.
We're trying something, even if it's terrible.
Lil Fear says, Y2K, we thought the world was going to end. Here we are. And We missed it by 20 years.
Yeah, it was 2020. That was.
Let me get caught up on comments here.
We're almost done.
Well, you ran off camera. We have no idea.
I ran away.
Starting to rub off on me.
I think my coffee shakes are starting to set in.
On the website, if you want to get signed up to get the catalog on the front on the homepage. Nope.
You can't.
Oh yeah, on the homepage, scroll down underneath the banner and it says Catalog 2020 edition. Click on that, and at the top it says order hard copy. That's actually going to get you ordering the 2021. It'll get you on the list for that.
Because we don't have any 2020s. Woo! I made it.
Well, that looks great.
You gonna do the
Nice.
overhead camera?
Sure, we'll do whatever you want to do.
Hold it real still. Wow, great job.
That's one of those things that'll almost make you dizzy.
Yeah, a little bit. So I shake also. Anyways, well, there we go. Those are some different basket weaving techniques that you can do. So, what you're gonna show them that?
There's Sergey's little stamp.
Sorry, I went to you there.
Where do you want me?
Right here. There we go. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a nice little stamp.
It's like a geometric armor stamp.
Yeah. It does look like scales.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. So we have
We
four.
have 4 of
We
them.
have 4 of those. So if you want the message,
We're gonna do free shipping
okay,
on these. Do not call in.
please.
Once I figure out who wants to purchase them, then I'll have you message us or you'll let us know your account number. But I'll tell you how you can get them. We'll do it the way that we do our live shopping thing that we did yesterday.
Like,
I'm going to give you a number here in just a second. And the first 4,
people to comment.
yeah, I'm going
The
to take.
number.
I'm going to take. We're on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. I don't want to come in.
Come in, Tony.
You're like sweet. So we are on 3 platforms at the moment. I will take 1 winner from each. So there'll be a winner on Twitch, there'll be a winner on Facebook, and there'll be a winner
On YouTube.
on YouTube. And then the last one, I think I'll make a post on.
Insta.
No,
Yeah.
that'll be too hard.
Why don't you just do a raffle? Just
Uh,
just choose somebody.
Okay, and then we'll choose somebody.
We'll just choose
Liz will
somebody.
choose somebody at random. So let's see. Sergey and this tool is 5. The number is 510, and so we'll probably order them and get them in stock. But $25 free shipping, and the number. I got to get to my computer so I can
So
Click
bye,
between all the-
Tony. Get out of
click
here.
all the screens to see at the same time. How about D is in dog or Denny, and then L is in low.
Same thing.
DL99.
DL99. You would like one of those, $25 free shipping, DL99, 1 off of each platform,
Chevy Guy on Twitch.
of course.
Aaron Barbie on Facebook. YouTube. Waiting for anybody on YouTube? Anybody? Any takers on YouTube?
DL99.
Joshua and Ryan.
Joshua. Okay, so we've got our 3. We will choose another one.
Yep.
And we will contact you. That's what we'll do.
That's what we will do.
That's what we'll do. Cool. Awesome. Well, guys, any other questions? Anything? Now that you're back over there, Tony?
Hold on, I got a nice job, Liz.
Thank you.
Nice stamps. How much? Free shipping. Razor blade said, "Hold my beer." All the way to that's free shipping
Oh.
to Australia. Is what he's. Didn't even comment anything.
Just hold my beer. That's all. That's all he needs.
if anybody has any questions and I missed it, you want us to answer it, I would, but you guys would die at the shipping costs.
Thanks, Razor Blades. Do we know his name?
He told us that Tim.
Tim.
Right? Tim?
Maybe? Let us know.
Let's see, I don't think.
We need to write that down.
Well, I'm just trying to remember everything. I don't see any other questions. Nobody else has posted anything. I'm going to check Facebook one more time.
Okay. Well, while he checks that, Denny will be here doing something next week. I don't know.
What did we say we were going to do?
What was it we said we were going to do?
Rifle sling, guitar strap. We haven't picked which one.
We'll do some sort of
rifle sling or guitar strap.
And we're going to do a padding.
Yeah.
Show you how to get some padding in there.
Yeah.
So Denny will be doing that. Sans myself. I will be back the week after.
Be back?
I don't know.
If Clayton's back, then we'll finish up.
You're gonna finish the bag without me?
Yeah. Do you want us to finish the bag without you? Okay, I guess we're not doing that. Easy.
As long as it's not my coffee.
We talked about making a Ranger style belt
I did that.
thing this morning. No, a different.
Oh, a different
one.
Oh, yeah.
With some scrap pieces and some belt roller. What do we call those? What are the belt roller strips?
Embossing strips.
Are they embossing strips?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll come up with something next week.
Yeah.
They'll do something. I'm sure it won't be fabulous at all.
Wow.
It'll be
That was kind of you,
kind of bland.
In any case, alrighty, guys. Nothing else. We're good.
We're gonna stay live for a little bit on Twitch if anybody wants to go over there and
If
join.
anybody wants to hang out with Tony for a while, he's going to be twitching on the Twitch.
I'm already twitching.
He's already twitching. So you guys can just enjoy that for a while.
Yep.
Hang out with us. Alrighty.
It was fun.
Not us. Yep. We'll see you. I won't see you. They'll see you next week. Bye.
See you when you get back.
That's right.